Hello and welcome back to Self-Love Sessions, the podcast where we talk about what it actually looks like to heal, grow, and create a life that feels aligned as a mom, a woman, and a creator. My name is May, and if you're new here, I am a stay-at-home mom to 4 girls ages almost 2 to 16 years old. I quit my job as a certified personal trainer and nutrition coach back in 2021 to pursue content creation, and I've been doing it full time ever since. I'm sharing everything I've learned, everything I'm learning, because I want to see us all grow, and I believe that we all deserve to get paid to exist. That being said, let me just be clear, none of the information in this episode is financial advice in any way. Just throwing that out there as a little disclaimer. Now, let's get to today's episode. Today's episode is something that hit me hard today. It's a story from this morning, a realization that hit me while I was just trying to curl my hair. And I actually think this is going to really resonate if you've ever struggled with setting boundaries for your kids and also for yourself. Okay, so I'm in the bathroom this morning curling my hair because that's one of the little things I do to feel human, especially on days like these when the kids are out for summer, which I love summer break, but chaos. That's what it feels like. It feels like chaos. So I bring my toddler in the bathroom with me, and of course she's grabbing everything, which I knew she would, but then she goes for the toilet scrubber, the one next to the toilet that I use to clean the toilet bowl. Absolutely disgusting. Like, who knows what's on that thing? Like, yeah, it's sitting in cleaning solution, but definitely not something that a toddler needs to be touching, let alone playing with. And in that moment, like, normally I'd either take it out of reach or distract her with something else. That's the way I usually handle things. And what I realized today is that it's being an extremely permissive parent. I think a lot of us, we will try to, offset how we feel like our parents went wrong with us. I feel like my mom was maybe a little bit too strict with me, said a little bit too many rules, said no too fast, grounded me too fast. So I try to do the exact opposite because I think that that's like the answer. But that today I realized is black and white thinking. And today something in me just decided I was going to say no. I wasn't going to do everything I could to redirect and just keep the peace. I looked at her firmly and I said, No, we do not play with that. That's yucky. It has germs. It can make you sick. And then I had to say no probably, 8 more times. I felt so bad. She did not like it. She got upset. She tested me. But I just kept calmly, yet very firmly, repeating myself. But I did not yell. I did not react. I was just holding the boundary. And then a magical thing happened. She stopped. She actually stopped. Like, she went to reach it and she said, no. It was so cute. Like, she got it. She got it that she's not allowed to play with that because it's not safe for her. And that's when I realized good parents say no. Good parents say no without it turning into like a power struggle. They say no without losing their cool. They say no from a place of self-respect and protecting their kids. Like, I think I already knew that, but it really hit me today for the first time. Saying no works. It's okay to say no. That is the lesson I want you to get from this, and we're gonna go so deep into it. The key here is that I wasn't angry. I wasn't afraid. I was just parenting from a grounded place. I was parenting with confidence. Let's talk a little bit more about how I have always leaned a little permissive in my parenting. Like I said, when I was growing up, I was grounded a lot for things I didn't always feel were fair. I would be grounded for so long too. And I remember that feeling of like, I just felt so much shame and regret whenever I would get grounded for that long of a period of time. And I swore to myself I would never do that to my kids. I never want to parent from a place of control or from fear. But what I realized this morning is that saying no from a place of calmness, of a clear space, it isn't controlling, it's loving, it's protective. It's not about dominating your kids or putting them under an iron fist. It's about protecting them. It's about guiding them. It's about letting them know what's safe and what's not. And we're going to get into why that's important for you as a person and as an individual yourself. First, let me just tell you, if I'm being honest, I have struggled with this with my older kids, especially around phones and screen time. I didn't want to be that strict mom who takes the phone away or sets all the rules and I'm like, you can't have phones upstairs. I wanted them to be autonomous. I wanted them to have freedom. But today, I had this realization, this moment of clarity where I was like, I can see how that lack of structure has actually created and contributed to the chaos that I'm feeling because they're on summer break. Like, I'm just sitting there watching them doom scroll and check out and get lost in a digital world for hours on end. Or I'm just letting them go up to their rooms and do that and get lost in a digital world. And I know what that does to a growing brain. I know what it does to your anxiety levels. By the way, if you are a doom scroller and you've been feeling anxious, stop doom scrolling. That's something you need to hear, okay? But here's the thing. Whenever you set boundaries, it's not about making someone learn their lesson. It's not about making your kids learn their lesson. It's about knowing when to lead and when to protect. So here's what I want to say today to you. I want to say that setting boundaries does not make you a bad mom. It makes you a good one. And I want to take it a step further by saying setting boundaries for yourself is a necessity, because you can't parent your kids well if you're not parenting yourself first, if you're not doing the things that ground you, if you're not journaling, doing guided meditations, using affirmations, doing some soul searching, learning from others, reading books. You need to do these things, because if you're not doing these things, you are not allowing yourself to grow, and you need to grow. You should never stop growing. You should never stop learning. Take care of your body. Get ready in the morning. Get dressed. All of this is going to determine how you show up in your life. And it's going to spill into all areas of your life. Self-care isn't selfish. There's a reason that's a cliche, okay? Self-care is necessary, because the truth is, when you are regulated, you can stay grounded. And when you're grounded, you can say no without feeling guilty for it. You can say no from a place of clarity because you're not spiraling. And when you say no from love, your kids, they actually feel safer and they don't feel restricted. They feel protected. I mean, maybe they don't feel protected in that moment, but in hindsight, I'm telling you, it's going to pay off. The thing that made me realize, like, about the phone thing is that if they were self-harming themselves in front of me on the couch, like hurting themselves or, doing something, I don't want to go into detail, but just imagine they're like self-harming on the couch in front of me. Would I just sit there and be like, oh, they've got to learn their lesson. I'll just let them learn their lesson and do their own thing because I want them to be autonomous and make their own decisions? No, I would say you can't do that. That is going to hurt you. I would step in and protect them and redirect them, and then I would hold my ground. So I just wanted to share that, because today I'm seeing this all more clearly. I'm seeing how permissiveness is actually a trauma response for me. I'm seeing how my fear of being reactive made me avoid boundaries altogether. And I'm realizing that the secret isn't to avoid saying no, it's to learn how to say no without losing yourself in the process. And this applies to parenting, but it also applies to your daily interaction or your daily interactions with those around you, and also with your daily choices and habits. Because when you hold a boundary from love, whenever you do something and protect yourself or your kids from a place of love, that teaches a lesson. That reprograms and rewires brain connections. Not only that, but it empowers. And here's the thing, these parenting moments, these are the same shifts that ripple out into every part of your life. Because the truth is, how you show up with your kids is often how you show up with yourself too, if you look at it like objectively. If you're scared to set boundaries with them, chances are you're also scared to set boundaries with your energy, with your time, with your dreams. And that's actually why I believe content creation can be healing, especially for moms. But only if it comes from a place of true alignment, when it's rooted in your truth, when it becomes a space where you get to use your voice, claim your worth, share your passions, and build something of your own that's not dependent on anyone else's rules but your own. So if you've been feeling that nudge to build something that's yours, whether it's a brand, a creative outlet, or just a way to get paid to be yourself, my new course, Go Viral and Manifest Like a Creator, was made with you in mind. Even if you've never posted a video before, even if you're starting from zero, if you have a story, a voice, and a desire to create something aligned, then this is your invitation. Simply use the link that is in my podcast episode description, sign up for the free guide, and then you will get a 50% coupon emailed to you, and you will get lifetime access, every update, and your own affiliate link, because I believe in moms supporting moms, and we should all be creating and sharing and building something beautiful together while lifting each other up and also getting paid to exist. So if you're tired of doing things the hard way, this is your sign to realign. You are not meant to be perfect. You are meant to be present, and you are allowed to grow. You are allowed to shift and step into your power, especially if that means saying no more often to things. You do not owe your kids endless access to your energy. You don't owe anyone consistency with a past version of you, but you do owe yourself the chance to lead with love, not only for them, but for you too. So all that to say, thank you for being here. If you have not yet subscribed and left a review, I ask you to do so. And drop a note in the comments. Let me know if you are on TikTok or Instagram, what your your username is, what your goal is with it, what your follower goal is with it. Let's connect. Let's follow each other. Let's lift each other up. And until next time, I will see you in the next episode.